Hello dear soul, welcome to this video and thanks for tuning in. Today I want to show you the Fauwna Tarot by Rozenn Grosjean. She's located in France and this is now her third deck, but her first tarot deck, which I was lucky to back on Kickstarter. Before we jump right into the unboxing and flip through, I'd like to give you a little of the structure I'd like to build this video on. At first, I want to talk about a little bit of the previous decks and the little gimmicks I got through the Kickstarter campaign. Then we will jump into the unboxing and flip through of the Fauwna Tarot. And the third point I'd like to do today is to give you a little collective reading at the end with the Fauwna Tarot Deck. If you want to jump to the flip through, to the unboxing or to the collective reading, feel free to do so, and you just can use the timestamps in the description box below. Okay, let's start. The first deck I got from Rozenn so many years ago. I think it was 22 or 21. I can't remember. The copy mark of this deck is set in 2020. And I just can remember that I got this after the Kickstarter campaign of this deck, and I used the Etsy pre-order phase to get this deck and to get my hands on it. And I have to say, for me, this is a collector's item. This is the original box with the little hardcover booklet. The cards came into this little tuck box, but I have to say, I always used these cards so much that I always have them right next to me at my reading desk. And as you can see, after several years of really hard use, they are a little destroyed on the gilded edges, yeah. But this is such a good quality, and I'm not using those cards daily, but at least once a week, and not only for myself and for my readings, but also for clients. So yeah, this deck now deserves its retirement, because I ordered the second printing with a new Kickstarter campaign of the Fauwna Tarot, and those cards can now live in the box, I think. And I'm so happy I found this very, very beautiful deck. I really love it. I had so many intense insights in my readings for myself and others, and I really, really love working with this. And I had my special moments with this deck, especially with the Grand Table. If you do know the Lenormand system, or you read Lenormand for yourself, there are spreads where you use every single card of the deck to get your messages. And in the tradition, you sometimes take several days just for one reading and leave it on the table to have some views over the course of some days or several days in a row, or twice a day for something, and you can always go to it, to the Grand Table of cards with different questions, or if you want to get more deeper into the meaning and so on. And these cards really helped me to understand the Grand Table reading system, the Lenormand by itself. I'm working since almost 20 years now with Lenormand for every week at least, yeah. But this deck always had a special place in my heart, and this is why I have to talk about this once more. With the Fauwna Tarot Deck campaign, I ordered a second copy of the Magpies Lenormand, and you can just see there's a slightly difference in the coloration, and the material feels different. The cardstock is the same with it's the same strong paper, but the touch is almost like rose petal. And the blue on the edging is a different one. It's darker, but nevertheless, it's beautiful, just beautiful and stunning. And I love to handle them and to work with them. The size of the cards remained almost the same. It's just a 0.5 millimeter or something, which is smaller on the new deck, and the corners are a bit more sharp. If you want to dive deeper into the Lenormand decks, then feel free to watch the video I made about the decks. I did a comparison video 3 years ago as the old Lenormand came out. I had both decks side by side and talked about each image. Because there are different images of the same symbol or the same card. Just let me show you real quick an example. The sun, where's the sun? Here. As you can see, it's not just the color scheme isn't changed only by Photoshop or something. It's really a new drawing of the same image. It's the old Lenormand is the Magpies Lenormand reimagined, if you want, if you will. So yeah, every deck comes with a little guidebook, some stickers, and a pretty sturdy and high quality box. And the cardstock itself is pretty high quality too, as much as I can say. Okay, so because of my first printing is so used, I'm very glad now that I have the second edition of the Magpies Lenormand, and I can work with and can keep this special deck for me in my collection. Through the Kickstarter campaign of the Fauwna Tarot, there have been a few options as well. You had the chance to get your hands on washi tape of a symbolism and art of the Magpies Lenormand as well as the Fauwna Tarot, and you had the opportunity to order some art prints, and I have to say those art prints are so stunning. These are images of the Fauwna Tarot, and these are images of my beloved Magpies Lenormand. And I have to say, I really need some frames now that I can hang up them at my wall and have a look at them all day through my life. Okay, now I want to show you the Fauwna Tarot. Just let me bring the camera down so we can have a look closer to those beauties inside this box. All right, here we are. Just let me open the box. And in here we do have a little, very little book. It's just a few pages with a few keywords for each suit and for each card. Just keywords, nothing further, and I think it's perfectly okay. The Fauwna Tarot is an Rider-Waite-Smith system-based deck, so there are so many really good books about this deck system itself. You can see the first time Rozenn made a deck with gold foil printing on the back of the cards, and we have a very interesting matte gold edging. It's not really yellow gold. I don't know how you name this in English. I have to say, it's very, very light yellow, pastel yellow gold. I don't know how to describe this color. I think it's pretty interesting. It's not rose gold. Yeah. For example, I would say the Magpies Lenormand came with, or is with, an rose gold edging, and the color difference, as you can see, yeah, it's very, very chic and interesting. Okay, so much for comparison, and just let's see what the cards look like. So here we do have the Fool, and the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant with all the little sheeps, the Lovers. Oh yeah, that's very romantic. I like that. The Chariot. Strength. Very beautiful. The Hermit. No. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. I like this spider, but I have a thing for spiders, really. And the Magpies Lenormand and the old Lenormand are also spiders. For the Tower card, in the yeah, not Tower in the Lenormand system. Yeah, well, it is Tower. Okay. The Hanged Man. Death. But without any keyword. And this is pretty interesting. All cards have the title on it, except for the Death card, because maybe it's not death, it's just a fossil. And yeah, interesting. Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment. So the swallows are back from the cold winter. Okay. The World. Nice. King of Wands. Queen of Wands. Knight of Wands. Page of Wands. 10. 9. 8. Oh, interesting. She's going backwards, like the story of the 10 swords. Okay, 7, 6, 5, yeah, 4, 3, 2 of wands, and the ace of wands. The swords, king of swords, queen, knight of swords, page of swords, 10, yeah, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, 3 little teardrops. Oh, okay. 2, and ace of swords. I really like that she used only birds for the suits of swords because they are associated with the element of air. Okay, King of Cups, a big whale, Queen of Cups, okay, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, oh, 10 of Cups, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, oh yeah, 2, oh this is beautiful, I really love that, Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles, okay, now the Earth element, Queen of Pentacles, Knight, Page of Pentacles with a little mouse. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I really like that image. And the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. I think this is a pretty interesting imagery. I really like the art style of the cards. It's similar. It's a similar style to the previous decks, and I really admire and love her work and her art style. I really like it. It's a pretty calm energy, and I think those tarot decks made by her and the oracle decks also are good for intuitive readings, meditations, yeah, and to dive deep into your subconscious mind to get your answers. And I'm really excited to work with this. Now you can see how I get to know a deck and how I start working with a deck. I showed this on my German card channels, how I clean the deck or bring the deck into my working space, into my collection, and make them my own. This is one way to first shuffle the cards, to get them out of the in German you say Werkseinstellung, out of the factory reset. So yeah, I think factory reset or factory setting. The cards are now out of factory setting. And I'd like to shuffle the cards, and then we'll jump into a collective reading. I'm interested what the cards will show us first. I'd like to ask the question, dear cards, for the collective, what should we know about the nearby future? What should we focus on? What should we know? What should we focus on? Okay, thank you. This was reversed. And what might help us while doing so? What might help us while doing so? Okay. Under the deck we do have the Star. We start with the Temperance. We need to know that healing is a process which is pretty important right now. We need to know that the energies need a good and healthy balance, and it's now our task that we look for healing and balance and to find the right persons which could help us while doing so. We don't need to be the exact same. We don't need to be in the same energy like the people we like to grow with or deal with or something. It's just important that everybody is able to express themselves, and it's important that all expressions are looked at and listened to, and only with different energies we can combine it to a great whole, to a greater thing. And yeah, the healing will be in the process while expressing, and also be so tolerant that every other is allowed to express themselves also, but all need a space to do so. Everybody needs its space or their space. And in German there is a saying, Leben und leben lassen, to live and let to live. Yeah. Okay, and the next, the three swords reversed. There will be healing. You are allowed to know that the healing is possible. Everything that is aching your heart right now will heal if you find the right person to work with, and if you find the person for you to express yourself to. And you don't need to speak the same language, maybe of the same kind. Yeah, if you speak English and the other one is only speaking German or French or whatsoever, and you can't communicate to each other because nobody of you speaks the language of the other, then it's complicated. But you are still able to let the other person express their self if you are giving them space and time to go to express themselves or themselves. I hope this makes sense. I want to say that your own healing is possible. You can heal your heart while being there for others, with others, throughout your own healing process, and you are able to express yourself, and all the others which are crossing your way on their own healing ways are expressing themselves in different kinds of languages, or maybe in a different art form than you are doing. Maybe you are a singer and your significant other is a painter or an actor or a sculptor or something like that. And you can both make something out of your healing processes, your individual healing processes, if you express yourself in your own unique ways, but you can combine the outcome of your expressions into one bigger and greater thing, and this will heal your heart. And just focus on the things you love, focus on the things you really enjoy. Follow the way of your heart. Your heart knows where it belongs and where it wants to go, and your soul also does, because here's the star at the back of the deck, which wants to tell you, hey, come and follow your heart, come and follow your dreams, try to fulfill yourself, try to find your way. Sniff around a bit, yeah, but reach for the stars. There's nothing that can stop you. Even the old heartaches of your life can't stop you anymore if you find a way to express yourself. Keep hanging on and follow your heart and your dreams. Okay, I hope you like this reading. I hope you like this video. Please let me know in the comments what kind of art you use to express yourself, or what you like to express to heal from within, and what is your topic of healing at the moment. I'd like to know. Have a nice day, and until the next time. Bye.